Hey there, and welcome back to Cursed Seeds, an educational monster train series where we struggle through the toughest challenges around. I honestly don't know much about this one. I'm going to be clear. One of the cool things about it is the Primordium run, even though it's with Pros and Lands. Now, what's interesting about this to me is I know basically nothing about it because the entire description for this run was in a spoiler tag on my Discord server. So I don't click those in order to avoid spoiling myself for whatever's coming. As a result, I have no idea what the problem with this run is. So, that said, I noticed that there were a large number of comments and just responses in the thread associated with it. So, it seemed popular or something. And it was recommended to me by someone else who was also in the server and had tried it and said this and suggested this as one I do. So, all right, here we go. I don't really know what else to say, but it's a Primordium run. I struggle a lot with imagining runs where Primordium is weak. The biggest challenge is keeping Primordium alive, right? That's really it. So, I think it can be difficult answering the question of how do we keep Primordium from dying on the Divinity. Obviously, you see me do things like Superfood 2 mixed with Aggressive Edible 1 a lot because I like him starting with the 2 damage shield, and sometimes somewhere in the mid game you feel like you're able to pivot into an Ember Drain line, maybe you have a Perils. A lot of the things I do with Primordium come from if you see Perils, you click Perils. It's a card you should take more often than I think you do. And I pretty much always will take one, no matter what, because it's a very, very good perspective take that all it takes is the one holdover and maybe an intrinsic, maybe a spell chain, and you can pop off with that and enable some absolutely wildly potent cards like Furnace Tap or Void Binding or whatever. That's one way that I play Primordium. There are obviously others. This could be a fragile sort of all in aggressive edible with a sweeper line. And then the question is, how do I just keep the floor from immediately perishing in 2 waves on the Divinity? There's a lot of stuff like that. We'll see what we're shown. There are some pretty reasonable wins here. The 56k up top is a pretty commanding victory. Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, these look okay. We see the other person kind of fell down over here, which makes sense. If this is a curse seed, you're losing somewhere along the way. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I'm going to say here. If you don't know what's going on, first, this is a series where I'm playing viewer submitted runs. So if you're playing Covenant 25 Monster Train with no mutators, and you either struggle with a run, so be it cursed, or you find a run super exciting and just unlosably awesome, so be it blessed, you can send it my way. You can generate that 3-word combo similar to what you see here at the top of the screen and send it to me via Discord. That's probably the easiest way. I have a Discord server in the top right of my main channel. You can join that, and there's a channel in there where you can just send these, and they're well categorized. You can go through past submissions, stuff like that. There's even like a community sort of, I don't want to call it an Excel spreadsheet because it's a Google sheet, but basically a spreadsheet where you can see the current ones that are there. Try them all if you'd like. Do whatever you want. That's the easiest way of getting to me. You could also do it in a YouTube comment, a Reddit post, whatever you want to do. I will find it somehow and I will play it for you on the channel. Hopefully, I have a lot of submissions, and I'll admit that this is the last video that I usually record each week. So if I get really busy and I can only get 4 out of my 5 videos done, this one sometimes falls away. Sorry, it's kind of just the nature of me working a full-time job plus, as well as also recording for YouTube. So it is what it is. But yeah, we're currently on a 41 win streak here. I think our previous one was a curse seed where it was basically how do we win with Bog Deep Cocoon. I had an interesting multi-strike 2 First of Kin infused Bog Deep Cocoon with Hardened Hull, Forever Flame, and a holdover Spell Chain Return Soul. Consume everything. There was also a really nice plus 10 and piercing minus 2 power of knowledge in there, which that card was doing like 300 damage at the end. One of those cards that I think is, I don't want to call it underrated, I don't think it's a great card, but I do think it has its moments. So that's pretty much the way I'll put it. And yeah, I think that's all I've got here. So as always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get in on this, see what we see. All right, let's do it. See if I remember to click the mod button. Yeah. All right, hope you're all doing well today. I'm doing okay. This is a bit early in the morning for me. We're still at I think it's not even 9 a.m. yet, or it just became 9 a.m. for me. I'm trying to record this on a weekday, my goodness. So hopefully this run doesn't go for 2 hours because I know that I have a meeting at 11, but that's part of the reason I picked Primordium. I think it's pretty consistent. I don't think there's any way it goes 2 hours. If I do lose, guess what? I'm going to lose somewhere in the 1 hour mark. So fair enough. All right, let's see what we have. Today we are Exile Umbra, default Stygian, as I mentioned. We're facing double-barreled Daedalus, Curse Arcus, and Patient Seraph with Mind Collapse, Energy Siphon, and Engine Upgrade. Well, I do think Umbra is pretty well suited into Patient. We have Damage Shield on the menu, so I think that we can make that work somehow. Pretty good starters. Mind Collapse is great. I love a ping. This is one of the better ones available to us. Engine Upgrade gives us some Ember, which is fine. Obviously, we don't see anything Ember Drain related, but if we see apparels, I'll take it. Obviously, there are some options here. Energy Siphon is kind of bad here, but I don't know. I find this card tends to be basically a nothing burger, pretty much. If we have some good picks later, then sure. One of the thoughts is, let's say you have a really strong spell, right? Really strong spell. This spell could be Ancient Synergy, right? It's a good target for Energy Siphon. You want to hit a guy with that. Problem is, wouldn't you rather just remove the Energy Siphon and draw the Ancient Synergy again sooner? Because this basically just doubles the damage effect of a spell on one unit. Wouldn't it just be better to draw that thing again? I feel like this is just a great example of a card that seems cool in the design process and is just a nothing, realistically. Like, why would I ever play this? I mean, if I have to take it, then sure, but this card is not good for drawing it. What are you going to do, invest double stack in this thing? It's just too low impact. Oh boy, double stack, 110 gold, and it does, what, an extra little bit of damage to a guy you were already killing in one shot? I don't know. Maybe it's good for mini bosses. I see it oftentimes get used in infinites for, like, one-shotting a divinity, but at that point, you're infiniting. You could infinite with basically anything, right? It could be infinite incant and then whatever, I'm already winning, so I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I think this is an okay start otherwise. All right, let's see. What are we working with? I almost scrolled and was like, wait, I'll use the map. All right, let's see. Dupe on 8 is on magic side. Otherwise, nothing great here. We have temples on 8, 7, 6, 5, and 2. I did that all backwards. Sorry. There's temples on 2, then 5, 8, 6, 7, and 8. So fully backloaded, which is interesting. I like that. Means I can go slow if I want to. A good magic shop on 7. Pretty okay steel shop here. We have a decent trinket shop. I wish this had money somewhere, but there's trinket shop, horde, vortex with a temple. Interesting. Competes with the magic shop. Steel shop, horde, caverns on 5. A really nasty hellvent on 5 as well with pyro remains and boons. Steel shop, Umbra banner on 4. Merchant of magic with a vortex also in 4. Okay, so our steals are 4, 5. Nothing on 6, and we have 1 on 7. So there's nothing on 3. Yeah, 3 looks like a lame ring as a result. Okay, fair enough. And then we have Stygian banner on 2. Okay, fair enough. Nothing really exciting there, but we'll see. Horde says, gugh, what an awful start. Lightstone casing or infused mallet. Lightstone casing has to be better here. And then what, we go a lot more magic shops somewhere along the run? I don't know. Infused mallet is really bad though. It's also actively detrimental in a lot of cases. This is just a bad relic. I'm gonna take Lightstone casing. This is at least something. Stalwart Snack or Aggressive Edible. This clan combo is especially bad for Stalwart Snack. Nothing on Stygian augments his stats. So we're going to go Aggressive Edible. It's just going to be fine. And are we strong enough to actually beat 9x2s? We have the tools, right? We have the mind collapses, but I think all it takes is a couple bad draws and we lose here. So there's no way I'm clicking that. No, we move on. Too much of a gamble. Yeah, I mean, Clergy, we body, we have Plinks, take the money, no problem. That's fine. Yeah, okay, great. We just play Primordium and then double Plink bottom. Easy. I'll put the Jeweler up top for my eventual Train Steward. We'll put some stuff middle. Sure. A lot of these guys. Great. We get a Collector. Cool. Let's start feeding upstairs. And then I will play the engine upgrade here. I could have played the Train Steward, but I wanted the Ember to offset the... Here it is. The other Ember Drain on another turn. We're just going to blast some guys, I think. Sure. Cool. We're just going to blast some dudes, and then we're going to plink. I plink once upstairs. I'll plink twice downstairs. Alright, it's over. Good job. Go team. Take some HP upstairs. We'll take some lifesteal middle. He needs the 1 HP. Here's a Train Steward with a lifesteal friend. Cool, why not? We're just eating a ton of morsels because it's Clergy. I'm not afraid of it. Train Steward, then I blast this guy for 24, 36 here. Cool. I mean, in fact, we're doing 38 on this floor. We have it, and we got it. Cool. Great job. Did it. All right. Did okay on money here. What am I taking? Antumbra Assault, Prismal Dust, Space Prism. Am I saying a Stygian banner? Yes. Double Stygians, possibly? Okay. Fair enough. Prismal Dust is probably the snap here. I have a patient on the horizon. I think it's worth it to answer that now, especially when I'm faced with two choices that are fine. Like, I love Space Prism, but you take this when you're shown nothing better, and it's a good card. What you want to do is take a card that actually is important early. So I'll take the Prismal Dust here. I think this is an offering token angle. I have no discards, so Crypt Builder first is a bad call, and there's no universe. I'm taking a Mollusk Mage here. I mean, okay, fine. He's got Plinks and Frozen Lances and Mind Collapses, but I don't want to play Mollusk Mage. He's actually not bad. That's depressing. Yeah, he's not bad. It would be nice having an offering token if I'm going into Stygian units, though. This is interesting because if I had worse cards here, I might take this, but I think offering token is just good. It's just a good card to have. I'm sorry, Mollusk Mage. I don't think it's your time. It does feel a little better to weaponize this in a way. I have the space, technically, on the floor. 2, 1, 2 can work. Is he right? I don't like this because it's an early game play and his scale's like nothing. There's no scaling here. I can't do anything with this to win the run. And while it obviously does a little bit later, I have to invest in him to keep him alive. This is just, there's too much baggage here. Right? The problem that this guy faces is that he's a unit. If this were like a floor upgrade or something, then I would be like snap clicking him in this moment, right? Because I'd upgrade the floor and then cool. The problem is you have to keep this loser alive against anything, and he doesn't do anything, right? He just kind of gives you some magic power. There's no element where I can see a high roll here, right? There's no ceiling. It's just a very reasonable floor in this particular run, but I don't feel like I need this. I have Primordium. Let's go offering token here and move on. Well, I am going to the steel shop. I don't think I want to look at an Umbra banner here. I also don't have anything great to upgrade. I could like double stack Prismal Dust, but that's pretty low impact right now. I don't need this. Let's go right. This also could give us some direction in like a sweeper or something, so we'll see. Large Stone, Incant Armor 2. What do we get? Oh, Titan Sentry. I mean, I like the idea of a sweeper here. I get it. But Shark is a much better unit and answers a lot more. And for the meanwhile, I can just feed Primordium to the Shark. It's fine. Okay. Let's... The large stone is tempting, right? But I want to re-roll this because there might be an endless, right? If there's an endless here, I feel a lot better about this run overall. And really all he needs is like a plus 25, so... And I'd even take that. We'll spin it. Yo, perfect Shark upgrade. Seriously. Getting this guy like enabled right away is just beautiful. Remember, revenge triggers don't work on damage shield, so we want the plus 25 here. Cool, Shark is online. That's a really strong opener, in fact. Wow, yeah, that's really strong. Remember, we have this Lightstone casing, so if there's anything really worth upgrading, then we could do it, but there's not right now. That's a really good Shark. Cool, let's move on. I don't feel like the spell chain does anything for me. Yeah, nothing great here. Let's move on. Cool. That's really good. I'm liking that. All right, we just kind of free take everything here. We definitely crush this early game. Shark. Just aggressively play Shark. I mean, you may as well feed Primordium into the Shark, right? He's endless. You might as well do this, right? And then we just Frozen Lance here because, I don't know, save some HP, play a Train Steward middle in case we get a Collector there. Cool. I mean, I play this Train Steward up top just because. And then we leave 2 space on every floor, so we engine upgrade upstairs. We ping on bottom because you might as well save some HP. Fine. Okay. And then here we just kind of click nothing, and then now, I mean, he basically wins, right? Like, obviously there's some effort required here, but I'm gonna plink this. Oh, that's actually a pretty good plink, huh? Cool. We'll give Mr. Man upstairs some HP, and I will honestly toss him 3 damage shield because he kills with it. Wow, never mind. Because he does 30 damage, right? So that's just an extra bunch of damage. That's kind of weird, but we take it. Sure. The heck? Void Binding. I don't want Void Binding before Perils. Theoretically possible to make this work, but I don't love this. What am I doing here? Do I need to take a Morsel card in case I end up on a Morsel line? Because I don't think that this run ends up with Primordium being fed into Shark, right? Shark, that's not the right play. You need something that actually wins Relentless. So... And that doesn't win Relentless without some crazy high rolls in other directions. That would be very funny. Don't get me wrong, that'd be hilarious. But I don't think that wins. So I need something else. That could be a sweeper. I'm basically relying on this unit draft to give me something. Prospective Morsels. I mean, that's basically, I take this, consider this. You're taking Antumbra Assault here, thinking maybe I see Alloyed Construct, right? And that becomes a line, right? I need a way to generate morsels. Do I need to do that? Possibly. What's coming up? The dupe. I could dupe Shark and then just prep for that self-infuse on ring 5, which is pretty worthwhile. 2 Sharks cleans the early game and the mid game up pretty well. That's true. Look at the Stygian banner. There's no Umbra banner coming up, so it's kind of unlikely. Well, okay, here's what I'm considering. Could see an Umbra banner on 4. I don't know. There might be a Alloy Construct here. I could also see an Alloy Construct in this unit draft. I'm just here's the question I'm answering. How likely do I think it is that I end up on a Morsel line here? How badly do I feel like I need Antumbra Assault? I don't really need the ping, right? We're good on that with the Mind Collapses. So Immortal Trade is obviously a nice pickup. I think it's the most usable of the Ember Drain cards. Void Binding is a very powerful card, especially into Patient. If I can functionally use this as a line somehow, then... One of the cool things about this is even if I end up playing no other cards, I could minus... I have, remember, Lightstone Casing. If I could like -2 double stack, hold over this Void Binding on a sweeper, you really don't need much else. I don't need to play other cards. Just click this, and then Primordium. The perspective upside of the Void Binding is so huge, especially seeing it this early, because I can go and into this Magic Shop on 4, take the Steel on 5. Although maybe I think the 5 is definitely... Well, no, if I dupe Shark on 3, because what the heck am I doing on the Horde plus Pyromane side? You dupe Shark on 3, and then you go Steel Shop on 5. And I don't know, we're looking to upgrade our units. So this could be like multi-strike quick or something. I don't know, whatever it ends up being. It's pretty good. You got a Horde and a Caverns there, sure. We do the Self-Infuse on 5. We power up even if we whiff on the Steel Shop, which is nice. And then after that, I mean, depending on how things look, you go Magic Shops. There's a good Magic Shop on 7, right? True. This is an interesting Void Binding. I don't normally take this here, but this is a very strong power-up, and Shark is kind of answering a lot of our immediate questions, so I don't need much here for the early game, but this leans into the Lightstone casing in a big way. I wish this were a Perils of production, admittedly, but I think we take the Void Binding here, especially because of Patient. Yeah, I really like this, actually. We'll grab that. Offering token Flash Freeze. Ice Tornado. Do I need a Flash Freeze here? A third ping? Probably not. Ice Tornado is a bad card. I'm going to skip it. I don't need that. We see... Oh. Wow. Alright. Alloyed Construct is... dang it. I knew I was thinking about Alloyed Construct here, and we see him. Morsel Maid, though. Too bad I can't take both Morsel Maid and an Alloyed Construct. That's my run right there. Yeah, that's literally my run. Alternatively, I mean, we definitely don't need this Shark, right? I'm already planning on duping him and having 2 Sharks running around the early game. We're fine. Now, here's the important question. Morsel Maid is good, but Morsel Maid requires we answer either Trample or Multi-Strike somehow. Really good, though. He's one of the strongest units in game. It's really hard to say no to Morsel Maid here. Really hard to say no to this. Maybe I see another Alloy Construct later. Maybe I even go looking for it on Ring 4. I don't know. We'll see. Alloy Construct, however, answers the Multi-Strike problem immediately, but then I have to answer the Morsel problem. Man, it's a shame I didn't take that in Umbra Assault, huh? It's okay. I mean, you do what you gotta do. I think we take the Morsel Maid and we do what we can to answer morsels somehow. It's hard to skip this guy. He's so strong. Okay, we go right. It's fine. We look at the Stygian banner. I go... Well, I mean... Morsel Maid infused into Sweeper. And then if we see a holdover on Void Binding, then that's a W, right? There's a lot of banner units to have running around at this point, especially when our infusions are so backloaded, but it means we just stay super low on shards until like Ring 5, right? I don't like Silliphite, but it does say the word sweep, and that's probably really good. I mean... I do think that's winning, right? Yeah, sure. Alright, we did it. I'm going to dupe Shark now like I said I was, and now we're going to have so many units running around the universe. And I don't really care for money right now. Urge a unit get an upgraded version later. This is really interesting. You know why this is interesting? Because a lot of these I don't need until Ring 5, right? How curious. So, I'm tempted to throw the Silliphite here, and let me clarify why. So, I don't need her now. She's not important, right? She doesn't do anything for me. There's no infusion or upgrade on her. She's not my line. I could feed into Shark here and be okay, but if we get Morsel Maid, great. Okay. So there's that. She doesn't do anything right now, which is kind of a cool realization. The other ones are all also much stronger. Good. So I can do that. The other thing is that I have my first temple is on 5, right? Let me just verify that. Yeah, my first temple is on 5 and that I'm working with here. So I have the 2 turns to make this, figure out what's happening here, right? So I'll see her again beforehand. Then let's consider what she gets. She could get quick, which, great. And then the extinguish trigger is irrelevant. Seriously, why does it have quick and then an extinguish trigger? I don't know. But a free quick is good. She could get plus 30 with revenge and, what is it? Revenge and plus stats to the floor, I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, and if she gets that, then cool, she's buffing Primordium, shockingly. So that's already 2 out of 3 that are pretty good. The last one is the unit is free, endless, and 10 damage, which is not as good. But if you have endless, well, that's kind of like plus HP, like, oh no, I died. I kind of like throwing Silliphite here and seeing what we get, mostly because there are 2 of 3 that are like really good, and then 1 that's less good, but fine. Let's throw Silliphite. This is very strange because our run is already kind of on lock for this early stage. Yeah, get out of here, Silliphite. Let's see what we get out of you. Alright, that's kind of fun. I'm going to grab this money because, well, I don't really need this, but it's removals. I think this is early value, and we only have 10 shards right now because I've taken literally nothing otherwise. So let's go fight this boss. And yeah, we'll see how we do. I think we absolutely destroy this man, right? I'm not concerned about it one bit. Yeah, like, you can't play this Plink, sadly. We do Morsel Maid, and then we feed the man immediately, and then we play our 1 shark downstairs, and it does 21 damage to the boss, which is awesome. Yeah, not much really to say here. Here's an energy siphon upstairs. He gets blasted, unfortunately. I can't save that. And then we put the other shark downstairs, and then we, engine upgrade bottom so that we can fit double sharks, and we chill, I think. Fine. Cool. No worries for no worries for me. Morsel generation, not my strong suit. I'm going to shark middle so that we can double up the effects on some of these guys. And then I guess I'll double Frozen Lance here. I don't want to plink because I might waste the spell weakness, but fine. Sharks kind of super win this, right? I'll draw past this, sure. I do think putting a Train Steward in front upstairs is good, although actually what I should do is Frozen Lance plink for the morsel here. That's pretty nice. And then we can put the Train Steward in front with no Amber Drain. That's nice. Cool. I mean, we're going to win on Frostbite, is basically the angle. Yeah, this is an important pick. I wish to plink on bottom floor. Oh, you kill me. I wanted a morsel. It's fine. What we do here is I wish to stop 20 damage coming in, for 1. And, well, heck, I don't really know what else to say. There's not much really to add here. I guess we'll just save this damage for the moment. Try to save as much as we can. I don't want to take up space on my floor, right? So I take 2 here. I think we win on Frostbite, right? Just toss a random Void Binding downstairs and it's a W almost. I'll play the 3 damage shield up top, actually, into a guy that actually does damage. I think that's better. Cool. This should be good. And then you just layer 2 sharks and it's a W here. Yeah, no problems. Cool. Easy. He doesn't stand a chance against all that Frostbite. Alright, I take 2. We move on from there. Wretch or Umbra Stone? I think you have to take the Umbra Stone here, because these are all really good. Siren Song Intrinsic does solve Divinity and Survivability, but I also have this. If I can play some morsels on turn 1, then we're fine, because I can just instant eat Primordium. Wretch is great, don't get me wrong, but I think answering the question of how do I kill multiple units is better, so it's going to be the Umbra Stone here, for sure. Cool. Morsel Maker, Icy Silliphite, Nameless Siren. You could take Morsel Maker and use it to feed some morsels on the Silliphite eventually, because remember, I do have a Silliphite that's coming back and is going to have Morsel made. Our Morsel generation does kind of suck, admittedly. Morsel Maker's pretty tough, though. I don't want this other banner unit. We already have so many running around. Let's skip this for the time being. I can find morsels elsewhere. This is Shadow, but at the same time I have Sharks online. I think card draw is going to be more important here. We also have the engine upgrade, so let's take the draw. Yeah, alright, cool. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so we're fine here. I take Cloud, not the, well, I could take the Cloud. Cloud just kills Primordium, which is kind of funny. The thing is Wheel is free, because Wheel removes all of my Trained Stewards, and then my Sharks are already endless. So that's just a bunch of free removals. So we always take the Wheel here. Oh my god, that means we have endless Primordium into Morsel Maid. Phew, buddy, with Trample? Alright, I think we have the W as long as I don't lose in the next couple rings. Judgmental Fittings. I don't think I'm going too terribly in on spells here. And I have a backloaded temple setup, so I can just take some 10 and piercings. I think we just kind of chill. I don't think the Cloud really does much for me, right? It's like, okay, some healing eventually. I mean, alright, maybe it sustains Sharks a little bit, but I don't care if they die. Yeah, I think we just kind of chill on this. I don't see a reason to take the Cloud here. It kind of just kills Primordium, which actually I might feed into a Shark on these coming combats. Yeah, we just leave. Alright, that's ridiculously good. That's 4 removals plus endless Primordium is disgusting. Now, I've already got my infusion lineup for Silliphite. I've got my infusion for Titan Sentry. I don't think this Umbra banner does much for me. I'd like to benefit from the Lightstone casing. Remember, I'm upgrading Silliphite, so I want backloaded steel shops, right? I don't think I need to worry too much about Morsel Maid for the time being. Depending on what these combats are, and if we stay low on shards, then I can just win with Sharks. I'm going to go to the right here. It's a good magic shop. Get some removals. I can cut Frozen Lances, right? Because my Trained Stewards are already purged. They just don't know it yet. That's incredible. All right, I feel pretty good about this run so far. Let's go to the magic shop and check out what we have. Okay, remove Consume. Not impressive. Take this Horde in the middle. Golden Vault is fine. It smooths over this mid-game in case I whiff a bit. It's better than Titan's Claws, Concussive Coal, so we'll take the Vault. Sure. My cuts here are Frozen Lances, because the Trained Stewards are already gone. That's really good. Actually, let me cut one of these Energy Siphons. This card is also pretty tragic. -1s. I do think making Umbra Stone cheaper is important. I think I'm going to toss a +10 at Mind Collapse, just so that one of these has some kind of zero cost usage. I'm going to put a -1 into Umbra Stone to make this a little more playable. 2 costs can be tough, right? Imagine the world where I'm hitting Morsel Maid turn 1 and Umbra Stone. I want this to at least be playable. I probably make this 0 cost eventually, just so that in case I draw Shark plus Morsel Maid, and then eventually, maybe it's cheaper because maybe I don't make it 0, right? Because Silliphite is 1, Shark is 1, Umberstone is 1. That would be a fine turn 1, right? And at that point, we'll make Void Binding free. Let's re-roll this, see what we get. Yeah, I mean, I'm clicking the Stack Stone into Void Binding. We're gonna go hard on Void Binding here, I'm pretty sure. Remember what I said? It doesn't really matter. I want to save space for some upgrades. I have 4 temples, so I don't need to make too much work here. I can preemptively take this double stack, which is good. I could also do this on Prismal Dust, but both of these kind of solve the similar problems. Let's take the double stack where I want it. We'll go hard on Void Binding. I'm going to 20 consume a Plink for sure. It's the best use of Plink I can do. And I think I chill on money. Yeah, well, -1 is hard to skip. I should put this somewhere. Yeah, sure. We'll make Umbra Stone free. Although, actually, the one free Prismal Dust is probably worthwhile. Yeah, we'll do this. And stay at 85 shards, not shards. Gold. Forge. I don't want to pivot on Stalwart. It's a shame it's not Superfood. I think I might actually have done that. With the Endless on Primordium, it's better to go all in on aggressive edible and just eat bigger numbers. So let's click this. The other nice thing about Primordium with the Endless is if he dies, I don't really care, right? If he dies, it's actually okay because he still comes back. It's not like I have to get him fully eaten to retch him. Retribution. I think this is okay, but I don't see... I might be able to get through this. I don't think I need to. I'm going to just chill. I think I'm just going to chill here. We're looking for... I mean, yeah, this is an interesting turn one, but you can kind of see what I'm talking about with the cheaper Umbra Stone, immediately playable. Do I play Morsel Maid on this run? In this combat? I think I do. I can always put a shark in front of him for Relentless. Yeah, so let's... I'm going to take this Ember Drain either way. Yes. Answers. True. So we do Morsel Maid here. Yes. Then I come downstairs, kill this backline dude for a second Ember. We drop in Primordium. Good. We toss the Umbra Stone at this front thing. Tempting to be Void Binding, but then I can never play Shark and then I lose the run, so we move on with the Trample here. I'm looking for Shark on bottom floor here. Yes. Crane Steward on middle. Yes. I'll draw a card past this Frozen Lance. Okay, I was looking for a second Plink, because I could get a morsel on Collector. If not, I can RNG it on Quill Marksman. So yeah, we'll do the Mind Collapse upstairs, and I'll see if I can... There's like a small chance I get the Plink here. Ah, it's a shame. Alright, whatever. Looking for an extra morsel here. Doing what we can. It is... engine upgrade downstairs for sure. I think we plink upstairs to stop this incoming damage, which is good. And I may as well just put both sharks downstairs and use mid-floor to kill collectors. I really need morsel generation, because Morsel Maid is bad right now. Yes. Yes, that is true. The shark is going somewhere. I kind of want to let mid-floor be where train stewards go to die. But then the shark is not really contributing in any meaningful way. Alternatively, shark could just live upstairs and save all this HP. It's probably good to do that. Yeah, okay. We'll shark upstairs. One second shark can chill up here, and that's okay. Alright, fine. Cool. We're looking to get... I could stop this damage. We're at 78, so that's what, 78 is 9 damage away. I can do... I can do 4, 6. I can do 6. I actually can't stop this 6 damage. That's kind of sad. Mid-floor, this guy in the back is going to body me, unfortunately. I can plink a little bit on bottom floor and try to angle for some good morsels. I think that's worth it. I'll take it. Sure. Cool. Do it again. Alright, we didn't get it. That's fine. Let's... I don't have a good spell here for anything. So let me energy siphon this guy in the back in case I find something. And I do think I want to play... Train Steward middle to get him killed, and Train Steward bottom here. And I'm going to chill on the Prismal Dust for a redraw. Okay. Well, we're going to lose some money to Golden Vault, sadly. It is unavoidable. 98 damage. Is this worth it? Maybe. I'm going to eat a lot of money lost here, unfortunately. Which means that this steel shop is kind of dead to me, sadly. So it might be a Hellvent angle. Maybe I see a -2 and I Hellvent the double stack. Void Binding. I'm just thinking we're spending a lot of money because of Golden Vault here. I knew I would, but it's a little unfortunate. I want to play the Train Steward here and get him dead. So let's do that at least. Let's see. We're going to have not a lot of Frostbite. I think it's still like 4 hits. I mean, we're definitely taking damage and losing all of our money here is pretty much the reality. I think... Is this Void Binding correct? I basically don't get to play cards. None of my cards are very good. I actually think this is a pretty good Void Binding, now that I'm looking at it. I think we just full send, and then we... This is what, 130? He dies in 1 at least, which is nice. And then, I don't know, we go for the blink and hit the back for 3, I suppose. It's the best I can realistically think I'm doing. We're losing all our money. Oh, I still have a little bit, actually. Okay, right. Top floor is cleared. I think the angle here is we pop the guy downstairs and we take a 3 damage shield up top. And we still get this kill. Good. Okay, I actually saved 25 gold, believe it or not. We do get rid of a lot of my guys, which is great. I obviously can't play this shark, but that's okay. Remember, we have the Titan Sentry upstairs. If I draw past this, I don't know what it matters. I don't have anything here. Okay. Cool. Honestly, perfect. Great. Sharks just kind of take enough hits, and we do pretty okay. I lose some money, but we're fine, right? We can push a little number here. Pew. Get 20 damage on there. Great. Okay. Cool. Honestly, good. Morsel Maid lives. Everything else cleared. Our deck is now very tiny, and it's just filled with a bunch of trash starters that I need to upgrade. Ember Cash, is this ever do anything for me here? It's not Diligent. I don't really care about this all that much. I think we just skip that. Cave-In is definitely not it. We move on. Okay. Frenzied Swarm is not a bad choice. I don't know if I need the defense with Endless on lock here. Crystalline Seeds is a pretty good card. I do just like Crystalline Seeds as a throwaway. It's a good card to draw. It answers a lot of things, surprisingly. I'm going to grab this so my deck does at least something right now. What do I see? What'd you get? Yo, she gets the big HP. Alright, so I don't think I need her right now. My infusion is going to be Shark on Shark. Some big shark action. And I think we don't have enough money to go to the steel shop. Man, I need to upgrade my guys, but also I don't have this Celophyte quite yet. So I think the angle is Hellvent. And what do I Hellvent? Well, Prismal Dust? I don't know. I mean, I still think we'd beat Ring 5 as long as I stay low. I don't think we need to do this right now. Let's hold on to it. This is a very strange late game line for me. I'm not really sure how to feel about it. Like, I can't do anything on the left. Even if they showed me the multi-strike, it'd need to be some serious RNG for me to afford it. So I think we just go right and stay chill. Yeah, I don't see a need to... I mean, I don't see any value in the left, other than high roll, maybe? Kind of weird. I could maybe overflow on Shark, I guess? Our cards kind of don't do anything. I wish there were a magic shop here. I'd go there. I think it's magic shop on 6. And then I have to go steal in the late game and hopefully finally upgrade my stupid Siren. Not Siren, but Cold Kalia or whatever she is. She's one of those sweepers. Is this really a dupe? The only good card I have is Void Binding. I guess that's true. Woof. Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess I could dupe the self-infused shark, which is pretty good. That's fair. That's fair. It's a lot of shards. It's pretty good having 2 of them. All right, I'm going to go right. I don't think I have enough money to do anything on the left in any meaningful fashion, so... Yo, a -2. Okay, this is now cracked. Incredible. Take that -2. I think I duped that Void Binding. Wait a second. It could be intrinsic? Yo. Alright, we're actually on fire here. Okay, never mind. We're on fire. We're good. Intrinsic on this Void Binding is nuts. Wait a second. Think about this. I don't actually think I need this, right? Think about this for a hot minute. I think you dupe it before you put the intrinsic into it. Because what if you draw shark first? Because especially if I'm... Yeah, what if you draw shark first? Okay. Yeah. All right. We're going to dupe this Void Binding. It's fewer shards this way anyway. This way I can also put a spell chain in later. Or, spell chain, no, I don't think so. Right? No, not unless I have an Ember Generator, right? The 1-cost version is tough to play. It's still cheaper. I think it's actually better to have one of these that draws later. I actually super agree with that. Yeah, all right, we'll do this. And then I'll put an intrinsic in one of them. The biggest challenge is I don't want to play this until I've gotten my units down, right? Actually, I don't think I want the intrinsic at all, now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, okay. I do think Shark in a Shark here is very good. Just generally speaking, I think having one Shark that I elevator that is strong here is better. Now, I could also stay low and just leave these guys alone and do this infusion later, which prevents Ring 5 from getting upgraded very much. Yeah, actually, I will do that. The only thing is, do I need both my infusions by Ring 6? No, I think I can get away with Morsel Maid on Ring... whatever it is, right? These are low impact. It's the weak floor. I can get away with... Yeah, okay. Maybe. Interesting. That's actually an interesting question. How strong do I feel right now? I'm not going to die because 178 gold and I'm going to burn most of this on Golden Vault. The question is really just, do I win Relentless? And I want to make sure that if, let's say, Crystal Cloak. How do I deal with Crystal Cloak? She is fine because I have Sharks to elevate her. Okay, no problem. Sweep Buddy. How do I do a Sweeper Friend? Morsel Maid has enough HP plus some damage shield here that I think he is fine, plus Shark Elevators, no worries. And then what? Self-Made Harpy insta kills herself against these sharks? Okay. True. Now, next question is combats. I've got Sycophants of Seraph. Sycophants is good if I infuse the sharks because it means that they generate a lot more frostbite on that back guy. Yeah, that's true. Sycophants are no problem. Harvesters of Death are probably the scariest here, depending on the upgrade order, especially if I take the infusion. But we'll be fast on Morsel Maid scaling, so... especially because now I can freely Void Binding. None of my other cards are really worth playing. That's true. We're good on Harvesters, and Hidden Assault is similar. I actually think we're strong enough that even with this extra 25 shards, we are good to do this infusion. And this is a much stronger play in all the bosses, because now this big guy can slot in front of Morsel Maid. Yes. Okay. Super Shark. Cool. I need to think about Intrinsic. I cannot put this on Primordium, ever. Because if I don't draw both my units on turn 1, it's unplayable. I need like a Forever Flame on this run. Yeah, I need a way to make Ember, even when I have Ember Drain. This is a great example of why you want perils. Anyway, I think I'm skipping the intrinsic here. I'd rather play these later. The Void Bindings kind of come in once you've got the Relentless on the horizon. Let's move on. Yes. Pretty strong, actually. I'm glad I went this way. Multi-strike into Sycophants. This is free. It's actually a super beneficial pickup. I just play Shark and win the video game. Yeah, it's Primordium upstairs and then Shark downstairs, and this floor is Extremo dead. Cool. I guess I'll take a Plank. Yeah, honestly, because Morsel Jeweler is at least something to feed into that guy, so seems good to me. I may as well save some HP, right? Same deal. Yeah, sure. Okay. Cool. We get Collector angle. Let's play Morsel Maid now and think. I need to be replaying Mr. Shark so it's not a Void Binding yet. True. There's a lot of Frostbite. Good grief. Cool. It is Umbra Stone. Yes. And it is Titan Sentry downstairs or middle? I'd like to elevator him. This guy upstairs is just dead, right? Yeah, play this bottom. It's fine. Okay, we chill. Bottom floor is looking good. Guy upstairs is hitting like a bit of a truck. My goodness, I can actually kill this guy, which is unreal. I pop him with Mind Collapse here to save that swing. I may as well play the Crystalline Seeds. I definitely want to elevator here. It's tough. I want... Oh, Blink for sure, because any morsels here are huge. Yeah, that's value. Alright, cool. 75, 47. This guy's dead. I can wait on these. Yep. Okay. Or this lets me elevator Mr. Shark as well, which I appreciate. Draw past some stuff. What's upstairs looking like? What am I doing? 19? 19. Yeah, okay. 19 doesn't ever get this kill with the energy siphon. No. We come close, but I think I would prefer to just take 4 damage shield here, actually. Save some of this HP. True. Then I can do the pop in bottom and get some... Save a little bit here anyway. Doesn't really matter what I do, honestly. Sure, he swings. It's fine. Okay, now I can plink upstairs and save this hit. Take some stats here. Is it Void Binding time yet? I think next turn is Void Binding time, right? Yes. I don't think we win right now. No, we're not winning right now. But I want Shark on the floor, and I'm drawing into one next turn. We do try the Plink, though, right? Okay, I was going to say you try the Plink because you might get a morsel that makes my Morsel Maid stronger, which is good. I guess you actually Void Binding downstairs. He actually punches a man, which is kind of funny. Cool, sure. Some Frostbite, great. I could elevator this. Ooh, this is actually really good, right? Yeah, hold up. You... Shark engine upgrade just to get it out of there. I'm guaranteed the Void Binding. Now I can elevator him, which is good damage. Yeah, okay. Alright, that's nice. Now, we're not winning yet. But one Void Binding swings this with the Shark, and we're good. Great work. Perfect planning, by the way. Alright. Hell's Banners is pretty cool. I'll take that. Give me morsels, video game. What the dirt? Oh my god, my Morsel Maid is becoming tragic. No morsels for me. Okay, skip this. Fine. Guardian Stone? No. Drain is... that's fine. Could drain bosses down. The thing is, my deck is currently doing nothing, so, you know, doing something is good. I guess I take this drain, because my run is otherwise doing very little. I need to just remove like, Frozen Lances and Plinks and stuff. I actually think strongly that the magic shop here is worth it, so I'm going to take this drain so that my run does literally anything, and I can make it free, so that's fine. Yeah, give me the immortality potion, please. I guess any... Oh, it's only non-morsel units. I always forget it has that little clause in it. That's funny. Yeah, give me the potion, absolutely. And then I think I also get... Yeah, I also get her back on this same run. Same floor. Sick. Yeah, absolutely revenge +1 to everything. Sure. We're now kind of online. Let's go left. Wasted pyre remains, but it's okay. We definitely want to do this infusion now because reasons. It's a lot of HP, which is actually pretty cool. And we win just by endlessing aggressive edible into her, which is honestly legit. Like, let's talk about that. That's actually pretty legit. What do we have? Give me a holdover, maybe? Oh, 20 consume is good. Plinks are gone. Great work. -1 is going into the drain here. Eternal Stone. No. It's a +30 in that temple. I actually think taking this purge, by the way, is really good. Every card removal means I can just spam more void bindings. So this is a worthwhile purge on Frozen Lance here. Plinks are good too. I'm willing to go hard here on shards now. I feel like we have answers. Let's re-roll this. Give me a holdover. Yo. This is honestly cracked. This holdover void binding is super cracked. This is so much better than... I don't need multi-strike, right? This run is now beyond needing multi-strike. I just need to hit once crazy hard, and I even throw away Shark, right? Maybe. I mean, I would still like Forever Flame on this run to really kind of seal the deal, but I think that once you're ready to go, you're going. You go. Now it becomes a question of I need stuff to cost 0 to be playable. So let's make Umbra Stone cost 0, just in case. And that's good. And then 20 consume another Plink. I love that. Basically a removal. And I think buying removals on Frozen Lances are really good choices. Am I really gonna skip every steel shop on this run? Maybe. Magic, steel. I guess I see the steel shop on the end. I could Hellvent again. It's pretty good to do it. I think cutting cards is just generally the best thing I can do here. Just remove a Frozen Lance, move on. Is this +30 good for anything? I mean, it's pretty good on this Mind Collapse. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I want my Mind Collapses to be able to give me energy. If I just draw them every turn, we're pretty much on par. And now we ramp on shards hard, and I just basically take anything I can get value from, and I feel really good about this. What a turn 1. Shark, incredible news. Great work. Oh no, he's... I don't know. Stuck. I can't wait to see this. Chow down. Nice. Trample here. The crystalline seeds here. And then I begin void binding. If they give me superfood, this pops off even more, right? But if they don't, it's fine. Is there anything in my run I want to play more than void binding? The answer is no, but I do want to refresh the shark. So he's really it. Yeah, let's hold off for the moment. I think we're good just because I have endless Primordium, but yeah, sure. Here's a engine upgrade, and we blast the front guy. Actually, I think you just plink downstairs, and we get 2 morsels, which are cool. That's fun. Then here's an energy siphon on the boss, and I may as well plink him just to get rid of that. Sure. And then shoot him. Fine. He's got stealth, so whatever. Yeah, just play Primordium again, right? That's pretty good. Draw past some garbage. Doesn't matter. Yeah, we're going to need to replay Shark for the record. I think this is just a 5 damage shield up top kind of moment. Cool. I just win if I play this Void Binding, don't I? I do. I do. Save the HP here. I still kill everything. It's cool. Fine. Alright. We just play the Void Binding, and we win. Cool. Here's burn this Frozen Lance for me. Drain the boss, I guess. It's fine. I mean, if Shark just kind of stays around this level for a bit, he's going to be okay. And then you play Primordium again, and we're looking really good. Oh no, he's dead, finally. Dang. You hate to see it, I suppose. I have this trample though, right? I mean, we're looking pretty okay stat-wise. Yeah, especially when you get turns like this where I can Mind Collapse and then get the Shark back anyway. It's pretty cool. That's neat. Yeah, 279 sweep damage is pretty good. And I hate to mention it, but we have the damage shield, so this Revenge trigger never actually does anything. Oh, you know what actually really sucks here? The Rally Shard actually really hurts. So I'm going to actually feed Primordium into the Shark for the time being. That'll have to do. And then I guess we shoot the boss because I'm doing 321 sweep damage right now, and we're pretty good. I mean, this is basically it, right? We have the W. There's no way this loses. True. True enough. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Oh no! And then we just give up on Shark, and we go ahead and play Primordium upstairs. We continue playing Void Bindings, and then we just shoot this guy. We let Shark ride, and this thing super wins. I mean, is Void Binding a good card? Yes. This is strong enough to be a super win. Alright, cool. Great work. Go team. Gifts for a guard. It's actually not bad being able to burn some of these cards, but if it hits a Void Binding, I hate it. I'm just going to skip these. I don't want this trash. And then card draw. Space is irrelevant. Ember gets wasted by Ember Drain, so I just want to draw my Void Bindings faster. I think we have this, right? And we go Magic Shop here. I look for removals, because I'm going to double chase removals here, which gets me down to 19 cards and cuts all of my Frozen Lances. Yeah, we're like really in on it here. It's like Frozen Lance gone here. And yeah, eventually I should cut this Energy Siphon too. -2, that's nice. Let's see. Dark Forge says superfood. This is now transcended nuts. I can double up the value on some of my things, which is my Void Bindings. This is just Void Binding gone wild. And I can't believe it, but picking that Void Binding on Ring 2 ended up being cracked. And I reasoned why you might want to do this, because it lets you do some things kind of like this, right? Because of the backloaded temples, we had a lot of opportunities to see good upgrades. Because I started with the Lightstone casing, Void Binding gets a lot more attractive. Even something like with no temple upgrades, -1/-1 holdover Void Binding is sick. Or rather, what did I want to do? -1/-1 double stack Void Binding is sick. That's what I meant to say. Then you dupe that, because Void Binding is a ridiculous card to double stack. 4 damage shield, 12 rage for 0 Ember. Ritual Battle is a great card, and this is Ritual Battle Eat Your Heart Out. For 0 cost, by the way. Anyway, we click Superfood here and we go absolutely mad with power. This -2 goes... Oh my god, they gave me another Purge. Cool, well, I'm going to Purge another Plink, I think. Just goodbye. Great work. I don't know about the -2, though. What am I doing with that? 20 consume, the last plink. I mean, at this point, all of my plinks are gone. Right? All of my plinks are gone once I play them. Which is 4 further removals. I mean, we do this, and then -1s. Like, what do I even do here? Remove consume? Oh, I think what we actually do is with the remove consume, I -2 the Prismal Dust, and I remove consume this for just extra damage shield action. Yeah, this is actually really good. I don't really care about trample on Patient. I'm not even respecting him at this point. And now a Prismal Dust is just guaranteed 2 damage shield, which is fine. It's a little bit expensive compared to playing Void Binding again, but having a third card that does this is pretty good. The burst is better, I think. Yeah, the burst is better. Let's just make cards free. I'm going to make engine upgrade cost 0. It goes away is the reason why I want to keep this card. It's a consume. Making a cost 0 on a consume is nice because it means if I draw Void Bindings first, I can still get rid of it. Sure. Yeah, it's a cheap removal. And I'm going to save my 4 hits here on Golden Vault. And we move on. I guess I click the Pyre Remains that do nothing. I don't see how this falls apart. I don't even need Steel Shops at this point. I mean, I guess it falls apart if I click Heaven Seal here and lose. And click Heaven Seal and don't go fast enough. I mean, it's still worth it, right? Because I have Golden Vault. Yeah, it's fine. Meh, whatever. Get the heavy. Yeah, oh god. Oh my god. This is the one true fear. Is this right here? Good lord. Then you play Primordium. I'll draw. Okay, this is Superfood now, so I can actually just give him the trample, right? Yeah, in status effects, so give him the trample. I'm gonna toss him 8 damage shield here, I think. You may as well, yeah, sure. Alright, fine, do some damage to the armor. We're gonna drain this guy. Cool. Fine. I then play Siliphyte. Yes. I'm going to want to plink downstairs. Okay, that's good. This speeds me up a bit. I get an engine upgrade. I'm going to burn the plink. Now I'm going to energy siphon in the back. I want to plink upstairs because this guarantees I finish Primordium on this turn. Good. I'm going to do as much damage as I can to the armor because that does trample through. We're going to eat dirt on this combat. I did this full knowing it, right? I specifically picked this because I have Golden Vault. I'm sending it on gold because as long as I get 400 gold back, it's a better trade here. This is one of the rare instances where I don't click this trial ever, but Golden Vault says you click this trial. And we're going to take 8 heckin' hits. It's not going to be that bad because the Frostbite helps it a little bit, but yeah. Okay, we have this. Good. I do Primordium upstairs. Immediately gets chomped. Now, we then shark downstairs here. Now, here's the real question. Do I put the damage in the back or do I put it in the front? Because it doesn't really matter. They're all going to leak. I think this is also where I Crystalline Seeds. Definitely want to plink upstairs, I think. It's pretty reasonable. And then I can plink downstairs. This is good because this forces eating Primordium, which I quite like. So what we do is we do Void Binding in the back, and then I super eat here, right? Yeah, you double Void Binding in the back, which pushes large numbers through, and we now actually clear the floor. Cool. Incredible news. Great. All right, nice and easy. I actually don't eat dirt because Monster Train, the video game. And I put the Void Binding in the back, and we actually still get the kill, incredibly. Amazing. Thank you. Let's Offering Token through. I may as well take some of these You may as well, right? Sure. Okay. Pop these guys. And then it does not really matter what I do here. Cool. We get the kills. I mean, we actually scale this shockingly well here. Void bindings up front does not matter. May as well hit this guy for 60, I guess. Sure, fine. We're way over this. I actually am very surprised that we ramped the way that I did. Quite surprised by it. Let's just pop this guy in the back. I don't really need this, and we're good. I mean, I don't need Shark. I just let it ride. Shark is gone. Oh no, not the Shark. And it's just Void Binding spam. Cool. Great work. Go team. My guy is doing 1,000,000 damage, and we are super fine with it. Doesn't matter, don't click it, it's fine. This is a plenty of damage. I'm doing 700, and she even gets the like revenge triggers if they somehow get through all the stats. It's good. And finally, Grovel. Wait, if I go Grovel, Magic Shop, I can make it free and my deck can actually do something. This is actually really good. Finally, morsels. Alright, we're changing our tune. I'm gonna go to this Merchant of Magic Hellvent now and make Grovel free. I want my deck to actually do something. Yo, Unnamed Tome though, absolutely, give me that. That's a really good card to grab. And then we go right on the Hellvent. I'm not chasing. I'm not even gonna upgrade my stupid Siren. This is a ridiculous run. This run makes no sense. Chain of Gems. Unnecessary. Pyrestone Housing, hilarious. I mean... -2, never mind. Grovel is already online. What the heck? I'm gonna purge another card. Here, purge an Energy Siphon for me. Sure, I don't want that. That's garbage. This run is out of control. Just remove everything. +10. I mean, I may as well save my money for Golden Vault, but -1s are really good. Just full disclosure. I mean, I may as well buy this -2, right? It's good. Make things free. Cool. The dupe here is almost certainly just Void Binding Mark II, just more Void Binding. I am gonna make... I'm gonna make some of these planks free, I think. It's weird to say it, but the draw order matters, right? Yeah, draw order matters here. So if I make them free, then if I draw them late, I can still just go all in. I do want to re-roll this Trinket Shop first. So grab Chain of Gems, because this is nuts. Re-roll this. Grindstone, it's not bad. I don't care that much. It's like, it's a decent amount, right? It's 15, it's 20 damage onto the Silliphite every time I feed Primordium. I mean, that adds up, actually, but it's not as good as some other things I could do. Let's do the things you want to do first. Like, we'll take one of these Mind Collapses up to +20. I think this is good. Upgrade your cards. -1s on these plinks are not normally things I do, but it makes them always playable. We'll re-roll this. 20 consume. I could 20 consume one of those Mind Collapses. Stackstone is kind of an interesting thought because I can make Grovel free, or I can do a free drain for Sap 6. What's better here? I could double stack the Prismal Dust at long last for a huge burst of damage shield, which is actually pretty good. As long as I play it before I do something else. I think the Sap is maybe the right choice, something a little more defensive here. Interesting. The double stack here is actually quite fun. I can do a lot of silly stuff with it. The Grovel is not it, I don't think. No, I think it's the Drain here, and we make the Drain free again. Yeah, I think that is the right play here. Every free card is good. This 20 consume is not bad. But I think we instead just buy a removal here on What? Really what? I mean, one of the Plinks, actually. It's the only bad card left. Yeah, I mean, the Energy Siphon is already going because I got the Purge Stone on it, so I think it is just one of the Plinks. Even though I've already upgraded the Plinks, you mean it's like, okay. Alright, I guess I send it. I think this is still good. I mean, I might just not need to do this. Maybe I save these 4 hits. I'm going to save these 4 hits on Golden Vault, actually. And then the dupe here is just, let me play more Void Bindings, pretty much. Just make another one of these. Mr. Monster Train, sure. The holdover one, it may as well, it doesn't matter. And then we chill, 185 out of 100. Cool. Yeah, let's go. Patient, rock on. I think we've got this, right? This is a very interesting run. I don't even know what the steel shops looked like. I got an endless on my shark, and that was Mr. Monster Train for me. Turn 1 unnamed tome is hilarious. I love that for me. Cool, so this is a Plink on top and a Plink on bottom. I don't do it yet. I do Icy Silivite. She comes with some damage shield. This is good because I don't want her to get hit. I did that intentionally. We now drop Primordium. Obviously she eats it, but we just take some Void Binding and do it right away. I morsel made this. She chows down. I Plink downstairs. She chows down. I immediately get my man back. I guess I hit him for some 40-something damage. It's fine. Alright, we know we don't get Shark, and honestly, that's sad, but it's fine. Yeah, here's Trample up front. Void Binding. I'm going to just take 3 random damage shield. I'm going to drain the boss, I suppose. I think I really should drain out some of these scary guys. Yeah, we'll drain out Scary Guy here. Cool. Energy Siphon. Do that. Get rid of it. Immediate value on this Plink. I'd like to draw past this. Yeah, second Void Binding is your friend. I wish to Plink middle. Well, it didn't work out the way I wanted. I'm going to pop one of them now. Fine. Then I'm going to Engine Upgrade. Then I'm going to Void Binding and Void Binding. And we should be able to do a large amount of damage here. Cool, yeah, by the way, this is a great example of making this work. You do Primordium. We double Void Binding here. We grovel. Big reason for this, also Hell's Banners trigger here, for the record. Boom, which lets me play Shark middle, which is huge. And then we just full eat Primordium. We Plink upstairs for good measure. And we just get to chow down. Oh my gosh, we are in a very dominant position here. That's a good turn, right? Void Binding, Void Binding, Void Binding. Draw a card. Hey, neat. Stop this guy from killing 3 of my damage shield. Cool. Drain the boss for some fun. Sure. He goes upstairs. Now this is when you start seeing the trample sweep interaction is pushing kind of crazy numbers through, which is great. Some grovel in the back and then full eat this thing. Big number. Big number. And then we play Titan Sentry. And we don't actually want to hit this Light Wings because I don't want to do the math, but there's a trample sweep interaction here, and it's fine. Just let it happen. There's just like a lot of damage gets pushed through on that trample, and it's okay. I'm beyond trying to figure it out. Anyway, triple Void Binding here is pretty reasonable, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty good, as it turns out. And we can also just casually sap the Seraph down to 0, because why not? This is pretty good. Hey look, I can play Shark again. Behold. Cool. I mean, the fact that I can actually play Shark off of Hell's Banners here is kind of ridiculous. Cool, anyway, here's Primordium. Here's Void Binding, we get the Grovel again, which means I get the full eat Primordium. I guess I should draw first. I could have played Primordium again, but I wanted to see if I hit something else. And then you could have, like, played him, eaten him, and then drawn him back. Sure, here's Shark, why not? Yeah, alright, here's 200 and something damage and whatever that is. I guess I forget that Silliphite does apply, what is it, spell weakness, I suppose? I think that's what it's called. Cool. Boss does 9 damage. Good job, champ. It dies in 2. This is a great example of solving the run with what you're shown, and then I'll take Shard of Divinity. I was going to say don't take blank pages here because everything has Immortality Potion and it's really bad. Although it does trigger Hell's Banners, which is funny. But I didn't even look at my units. I got the Endless early and then I literally never upgraded my Silliphite beyond Heaven's Finest, which is ridiculous. I basically gave her a plus 25 is what that comes down to. Unreal. Shark on turn 1, frankly, really good. I probably should have played this in a different order. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not really worried about it. Okay. Alright, here we go. It's Primordium down. Good. I played this in the super wrong order, and it just to demonstrate how outrageously powerful we are, it does not matter. Enter Void Binding in the back. We trample in the back. I'm gonna take 6 damage shield back here, and then I may as well get one of these guys killed on middle. And we're going to chow down. Behold my might. Yes. Good, good. Grovel is strong. We play Umbra Morsel here, eating Primordium. I then draw past a card to play Primordium again. Excavator just to chow him down. I Shark bottom floor here because it's a lot of incoming damage. I guess I Plink. You may as well. Then we hit this guy, which kills the back because the higher hitting enemy doesn't attack and he doesn't die. Works for me. I can be very grotesque about this because I don't actually care if Primordium lives or dies. It's one of these unique cases where it doesn't matter to me, and that's very strong. Right? It doesn't matter if he dies because he's endless. So the order actually is fine either way. Oh my gosh, the fact that I get to do this with Offering Token again is crazy. We just draw past, you drop Primordium, you hit the Void Bindings, and we chow. And then I also get to play Shark anyway? Monster Train. You shouldn't have. Wow. Cool, we're in great shape, as it turns out. Good grief. The turns that we're getting here are something to behold. Yeah, it's just, let's play a whole bunch of that, and then I kill this guy in front, which lets me play Shark. I lose like 300 damage there, for the record. Not a great play, admittedly, but I wanted to play Shark. So I think it'll make sense why I did that. Like, oh no, I take some hits here, but it's fine. This guy, I mean, I have the HP for this. I did this very intentionally. Although, actually, I had the Shard of Divinity. Like, you kill that guy because of the sweep interaction is what kills him there, and I lose a lot of damage to the back as a result, but I wanted Shark down because this wave is theoretically very scary. One of the few waves that actually could represent some threat to me. So I felt that was a reasonable pick. I'm gonna unnamed tome Mr. Curse Guy downstairs. We should be enabled by feeding a morsel up top and feeding another morsel. Cool. And then we can Shark again. who can go middle here, I think. And then we're going to drop the boss to 0 damage. Cool. Good. That should roughly save bottom. Or not bottom, but top. We're going to draw past. I don't think there's a reason to do too much here. I guess I'll stop this guy on bottom. This middle guy, sure. Yeah, I may as well pop him. Fine. Doesn't matter. Whatever. Cool, we're good. We got it. The one scary floor, no problem. Didn't take any damage for it or lose any HP anyway, because reasons, as it turns out. Eat over 1,000 damage here. Seems good. Play Shark on bottom, specifically to get these guys gone. Do 0 here. Oh, I actually kill thanks to the trample, which is great. Cool. Alright, nice and clean. That is a run of Monster Train, the video game. Thanks, Hef, for Shard of Divinity. I actually forgot to factor in Shard of Divinity's armor for that boss. And I was purely thinking, it's like 4 hits. I don't really care because I have the money on Golden Ball, right? I was like, it's whatever. And that was where that came from. Actually wild. What a fun run. Like a surprising run. I need to look at the run summary here, is what we're going to do next, because I need to see, did anyone else actually do this? Because my score is almost 60k, all right? What happened elsewhere? What do we have? Okay, we have a friend. Oh my god, there was a Cuddlebeard on this run that I skipped. I am a fool. That's okay. Wow, alright, well, I guess they sharked and they got lucky with the... That's an interesting one. You don't re-roll the first shop and buy the Endless there? Interesting. Morsel Made, no infusion. Morsel Maker? This is a strange looking run. I mean, you think about this, you make these decisions. Do you make these decisions naturally? Like, really, you play, like, because remember, you see all of these before you know you're going to get Immortality Potion. What, you have a double large shark? I guess taking the large stone on ring 2 does guarantee you through the early game, but I think you re-roll that anyway, right? Because I have had a very, very bizarre run where I put a multi-strike into a shark because I was feeding Primordium to it. Like, you can actually get away with multi-strike or endless there, and a plus 25 is still pretty good. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting one. You just take the large stone off the top on ring 2, and then what? By the time you, I guess, go to other steel shops, you just buy another large stone because you know you have the Immortality Potion. Interesting. I mean, this wins because you have Immortality Potion, Primordium, Morsel Made, and where's the Trample Stone that I'm sure is in this run somewhere? Can't even find it. Did you not take the Trample? You took Wretch. I guess... No, man. Trample Stone is way stronger than Wretch here, especially because you apparently didn't hit a multi-strike, right? Missing the Trample Stone is a real tragedy here. I mean, you should it's way better than Wretch on this, even without knowing you get Immortality Potion. Trample Stone is way better here. What an interesting run. Wait, so you had For the Greater Good and didn't take one of the better upgrades? I think Sunderstone is definitely the play here, if you see it. I don't see what this does for you. That's weird. What a weird run. I don't think my run ever looks like this. I'm glad it wins, but I feel like this loses if you don't high roll the Immortality Potion, right? Whereas I feel like my run still wins because I have holdover Void Binding. Let's see if anyone else did this Void Binding stuff. Okay, who we got here? All right, Gabriel knows what's up. All right, here we go. We've got, look at this, exactly, same deal, 100%. They even have the extra Void Binding that's unholdovered. Cool. There's a lot of stuff here that I don't think you need, right? Oh, they threw a Void Binding at... That's funny. They threw a Void Binding at this. What did they dupe that naked Void Binding on ring 2? That's kind of an interesting one. On ring 3? It's kind of interesting. I don't think I ever do this. Very similar. Although they didn't take the Morsel Made. That's odd. What else do we have? Am I the only one? Wait a second. Who doesn't? What the heck? Kindle? What are you playing this Kindle into? Mine collapse? I guess you're using it to funnel a big prismal dust? It's kind of weird. Strange. I don't know. This is an odd one. I don't. There's something like obviously the void binding into endless primordium. Add this unit's and status effects. Yeah, so same thing. This is aggressive edible 2, superfood 1. Same deal. I mean, the same thing is this void binding into primordium does it. I think this looks a lot worse than mine in general. I'm not surprised this performed worse in score. I'm also probably expecting, yeah, some damage taken here, right? Like you leak a bunch here because yeah, you're taking hits because I don't think you've refined this down to the best state that it can be. Like, what is Guardian's Amulet doing here, right? What are you doing with this, right? That was the same place you got Drain. Drain is just a much better card there. And then, yeah, I don't know what this Ember Cache is doing here. I guess this is giving you Ember on turns with Void Binding. I think you can just do better by removing cards and playing into Mind Collapses if you absolutely have to. Same Mind Collapses as me, though, by the way. Important. That's valuable. Second Offering Token is a little weird. Maybe if you were anticipating the Incant. Incant Armor 2 is not that impressive, though. I don't know. It's kind of strange. I guess they skipped, or they didn't. Heaven's Finest went into Void Binding here. Yeah, I don't know. Very strange, all things considered. I think this is close to mine, but I feel like it's missing some of the refinement. Let's see, who else do we have? Evil. Okay, all right. Sunderstone Shark. Hey, you know what? Wow, that's a sad nameless siren. Is there no multi-strike in this run? Is that really what this run is about? I guess maybe not. Other people did look at steel shops, but there's no multi-strikes. It's kind of funny. Siren Song Enabler. I did talk about this. It's good. And you got the Frenzied Swarm to kind of sustain it. That's a pretty strong play, admittedly. I think that's good. Great for saving Pyre health, for sure. Rage Serum, that came from an event for sure. Let's see, anything else of worth here? I think you probably, I mean, honestly, I think you remove this Nameless Siren. This thing is tragic, right? What, is this your Relentless? I don't know. I think you, why does Shark have Thunderstone and not the Nameless Siren then? I don't know what's happening necessarily, but this is interesting. Huh. Am I the only one crazy enough to reroll the Ring 2 Steel Shop to get an Endless? I don't think anyone else did that. Really? It's kind of an odd scenario. Of course I go for the Shark upgrades. Maybe it's just, I want to see the person who lost now. I want to see this. What do we see? Okay. No, all right, this person did it too. They got an Endless on the Shark. I think that's a great play. Play into Endless on Shark. What else do we have here? Again with the Kindle. I don't know what the payout on this Kindle is intended to be. I don't take Kindle unless I foresee some kind of a high roll. You need a bigger play, like a spike, at least some kind of a spike. Prismal Dust is not it unless you're desperate. Yeah, no void binding investment. They took it, but they didn't do anything with it, which is interesting. They lost on conduits. Now, I'll admit, Heaven Seal conduits is disgustingly busted. That's a lot of damage. They even lost via the Golden Vault. We obviously get a little bit crazy there because we had a sweeper at that point. But what did they do? Nameless Siren into the sweeper? Did they take the Trample Stone? They took Wretch. Nah, y'all. I gotta tell you. I have to tell you. Wretch is not stronger than Trample Stone. This is something I'm seeing all over the place, right? Who took the Wretch? Who took this? Where this one? This guy who took Siren Song. Okay, I think Siren Song is a reasonable take if you're real scared. I think that's actually fair. So I'm not gonna trash talk the Siren Song. But anyone who took Wretch is just making a mistake here. Like, let's see, what did you do? Did you not take any of them? That's a flex. I mean, not taking Wretch or Trample Stone, that's a flex. Let's see. Yeah, Wretch. I don't know. I don't see any world where Wretch is better than Trample Stone here, especially with our line on the horizon. This card is nuts. Where is it? Umbra Stone. This, if you have, think about what you have at this point. You have Primordium and Morsel Maid, which means that you can eat Primordium very fast, and I can scale my numbers to be very large. Now, admittedly, this run is a bit scary because you don't see good morsel generation for your morsel made. So you could have taken that morsel maker, that's the word, and gotten some value there. That's fine. But maybe in hindsight, I should have considered that because my morsel generation was pretty tragic. It was just Primordium, basically. But eventually we got the grovel, which kind of pops off. I mean, once you can start doing that, it's fine. It's great, right? I could have even put a holdover in that or something, and that would have been cool. So, well, no, there was no holdover in that shop. It was a double stack. So it would have been holdover by virtue of removing enough cards. But yeah, that would have been it. I mean, I think this trample stone is significantly better. Just full disclosure, right? There's also a lot of important things where I think the sweep, the fact that I was already leaning in on sweep, the fact that I had this, I think is important because I was ready to abuse trample sweep to kill front lines because you sweep back lines if they stay alive through shark, and then the damage swings around and hits the front. So even if I had not had this endless primordium, which was crazy, by the way, very crazy, endless primordium is nuts, then regardless, we would have had it. Now, also, I had the void binding at this point, so I was able to connect the -2 double stack, and I knew this was my line by the ring, was it ring 4? So sweep plus this, I didn't even go to a shop. I don't even know where some of these temples were that had, or some of these caverns that had like Sunderstone or whatever. Obviously, that would have been crazy. I never saw that. I just chased removals and ignored steel shops because they didn't matter. And I think my run is so much more secure. You have sweep plus crazy thing plus endless primordium with superfood. Whatever we're doing here is busted. I didn't even look at steel shops, which is great because then I don't even have to worry about if they have multi-strike or not. So I think this is a big lesson. Take Tramplestone, man. I cannot imagine skipping this here. In hindsight or in foresight. I mean, I took it, right? Wretch is good, but dang. Now, obviously, the Wretch kind of goes in the trash once you have Endless Primordium, but I didn't know at the time. I still think, even in hindsight, without the Endless, Tramplestone is better here, in my opinion. I mean, you got to think about this. How in the world are you eating Primordium if you don't have the Morsel Made Infusion? Like, Wretch is good, brings him back for sure. It's strong, I'll admit, even with the sweeper, but I had the void bindings on lock, which I think is an important pickup there that's worth considering. I still think trample is better. Just full stop. What else do I want to talk about? Let me look at this other one. Anything else important here? I think obviously you need to like clean up some of these things. The plus 30 plink, no. No, this is not worth it. No, don't do that. Gain money on offering token. I'm surprised I'm the only one that threw an icy silophyte at the Heaven's Finest. I'm actually surprised about that. That's funny. Yeah, interesting. I think that maybe some people just didn't identify the sweep as an option here, which is kind of strange in my opinion, but it's all fine. Regardless, we get the win. I don't really have to add more to this. 185 shards, I probably could have gone harder, but I only ended up taking shards that mattered, and yeah, that's a win, so rock on. Brings us up to 42 on this particular series. Good conversation here, lots of interesting stuff in the run itself, so yeah, cool. All right, well, I'll let you go there. So, hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like or a dislike if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.